what's up, y'all? It's Dia, about to react to this video by Antonio Talks. It's titled "The World Cup Exposes Argentine Racism." Damn, them too. I was just thinking the other day, like, oh, I should probably go to Argentina eventually. I mean, I'll probably still go, but yeah, wild if they are showing their extreme racism online. Let's see what they've been saying. Let's watch.
Right now, y'all, the World Cup is happening. I believe this is an event of different teams worldwide competing in a soccer event, and it's actually happening in America. Now, I'm an American, y'all, and we don't really care about soccer like that. In fact, I wouldn't even have known this event was happening if it wasn't for Twitter. Now, to dive deeper into that, it wasn't even the soccer highlights that necessarily caught my attention of this World Cup happening, but instead it was the anti-black memes that I came across specifically from Argentina's Twitter accounts. So here's an example of a tweet I've come across. This is an account from Argentina, and look at Elon Musk talking about some visibility limited, yada yada. How it got 2 million views and 32,000 likes if it's limited? Bullshit. Now, as y'all can see, the photo is blurred, but I'm going to explain to you what's happening in it. I'm not even going to risk showing it because Twitter blocked it, so I know YouTube might do the same thing. But basically, it is a white Argentina man from a distance holding a rope, and the end of the rope has a noose on it over a black man who has very exaggerated features, and he's like, pulling the rope, right? So a crazy image. In the comments, someone said, "Gotta be funny if an African team eliminates Argentina," and he replied, translated from Spanish, he says, "You're gonna have to wait a long time, little black one." And if you know anything about Argentina, I expect this from them. We're gonna dive into that later. So right here we have a tweet, and this isn't anything bad about black people or anything, but they ended up quote retweeting this tweet, and I just want to read it first. It says, in quote, "We'll beat Messi if Allah wills it. They provoke a lot, but we have to bring the passion to the match and play smart. If Allah wills it in, we'll have a great World Cup." And this was a player from Algeria, right? And y'all know Algeria is in Africa. An Argentina person retweeted this, and as you can
yeah, I don't see it. I see the one that's on the thumbnail, which is a lot more tame, but I don't see the one he's talking about that has the noose.
What happened, little black guy? Looks like Allah didn't want to. And it is I don't know what's going on here. He's stretching the black guy face apart, and it's a white man back here. So, yeah, you see it. This tweet ended up going stupid viral. Over 42 million views, over 134,000 likes. And then, through the replies, I just see a lot of, like, look at this. Like, what the hell is going on, dog? Someone says, "Never knew how racist and Islamophobic and disrespectful Argentinians are until this World Cup."
Everybody's racist, y'all. And everywhere in the world you can find racist people. So, again, we can't generalize and say that, oh, this is how Argentina is. We cannot say that. I'm going to still go eventually. But, yeah, when people make comments like that, I'm like, bruh.
Me personally, I already knew Argentinas was moving like this. As I get older, I understand that everybody...
But if you're going to say that, you have to say every country is racist. Do we not understand that? Americans, racist. You can find really, really racist people here in America, just like there are really, really racist people in other countries. Every other country, does not matter which one you pick. Close your eyes. You're gonna run into one that's super racist against black people, and they will be online spewing their racism. So we can't be like, that's the country. That's how they is. They racist. Like, bruh. I have to start, calling this out, because I don't like when people generalize us as Americans. So we can't do that to other people either.
Like niggas, and when are black people gonna understand?
Nobody likes black people, and that's the other thing too. People always be like, "Well, I got it." Whenever I'm traveling anywhere, okay, on my vlog channel, I always get comments of people, "Why would you go there? They don't even like black people, and they don't treat black. They don't like black people anywhere." Do you not understand that? In my home country, where I am right now, where I live and lay my head and pay bills and pay my taxes, they don't like black people here either. You can't escape it. I'm supposed to just stay in my room locked up all day and never go anywhere or do anything? No, that's not how it works. Fuck these racist people. A lot of them are cowards. They're not gonna do nothing. Most of them are not gonna do anything. I've never encountered anybody being weird to me because I'm black while I'm traveling. I've been so many places. You still have to live your life regardless. So yeah, I hate people do that though. Like, this place is racist and this place don't like black people. None of these countries like black people. Nobody likes us, all right? But fuck them. Live your life regardless and have a great time regardless. Fuck them. What they gonna do? They don't do shit. They're scary as hell. They're not gonna run up. That's the benefit you have as a black person. Watch that other video I react to of his, the Japanese Twitter, and how they was like, oh, they're so scary. Black people, they think you're scary. They're a little intimidated by you. Perfect. Leave me the fuck alone. Fuck out my face. You know. So most of them ain't gonna do nothing. Ain't gonna say shit. The most they'll do is be like passive aggressive. Ooh. Run up my shit. Let me so I can pay for my chips, bitch. You got a cashier and she don't like black people, so she got a little funny look on her face. Girl, bye. Anyway, I'm paying for my stuff. I'm getting up out of here. Like, so what? So what? I'm going to a rant at this point.
It started moving accordingly. The great thing about this whole situation, though, is that this tweet ended up...
I have to get that out because people do that all the time on my vlog channel. Like, oh, these places are racist and this place is racist, that place is racist. It's just like, so...
getting ratio bad. They said Argentina is way too poor of a country to be this racist.
That makes no sense.
Them niggas got way bigger problems to worry about, and they got black people on their mind. This how they be, y'all. Now we moving on from Twitter.
Those are the most
y'all just a quick history
poor
lesson
people.
of Argentina and the anti-blackness that it has. Now in 2026, the current black population of Argentina is very small, right? I'll put it up on the screen. And it's crazy because at one point in time, specifically during the 1800s, the black population was very big there. I believe it was 1/3. However, due to basically a genocide, most black people were removed from Argentina, if you get what I'm saying.
In 1800, about a third of Buenos Aires was black. And by 1875, the Argentine government had stopped counting black citizens in the census because there supposedly weren't enough left. Now, maybe it's just me, but when I hear something like that, I have questions because people don't just disappear.
They don't.
So, of course, I started digging. What I found was one of the wildest stories I've come across in a long time. See, a lot of people today genuinely believe that Argentina didn't have a significant black population, ever. If you ask some Argentines about black Argentinians, they'll probably tell you that black people just came there recently, that they're immigrants, that they've always been a tiny minority. But that's not what the history says. Black people helped build Buenos Aires. Black people fought in Argentina's wars for independence. Black people helped shape Argentine culture. Even parts of the tango trace back to Afro-Argentine traditions.
I think that's the case in a lot of South American countries.
You go from a city where black people made up roughly a third of the population to a country where people grow up believing that black Argentinians barely exist. That's where the story gets ugly. Part of it was war. Black men were disproportionately pushed into military service and sent to fight in conflicts with devastating casualty rates. Part of it was disease. Yellow fever tore through Buenos Aires in 1871, and it hit black communities especially hard. But the more I read, the more I realize this wasn't just a story about tragedy. It was also a story about intention. Because there were powerful people in Argentina who openly believed that the country's future should be white. Not diverse, not multicultural. White. And unlike people today who hide behind coded language, these men wrote it down. One of the most famous was Domingo Faustino Sarmiento. He's celebrated in Argentina today. Schools named after him, streets named after him, a former president, a founding figure. And he argued openly that Argentina should be remade through European immigration. Then came something called the Blanqueamiento. Millions of European immigrants were encouraged to come to Argentina. The country changed rapidly. And while all that was happening, something else was happening too. The remaining Afro-Argentine population was slowly being erased, not just from neighborhoods, from records, from census categories, from public memory. That's the part that got me. Because when most people hear the word erasure, they picture like burning books or something. But sometimes erasure looks a lot quieter than that. Sometimes it's changing categories. Sometimes it's deciding who gets counted, whose story gets told. And then a few generations pass. Right?
Yep.
And eventually people start saying, there were never any black people here. What are you talking about?
Hey, and that is what I believe they're trying to do. We see Trump taking out all of the black history, all the slavery. You know what I'm saying? This is why it be so important that I try to tell all my black folks, man, stay educated. Learn about your history. This isn't having a victim mindset. You have to understand things so they won't happen again, right? So make sure y'all dive into all the black history, no matter how uncomfortable it is. Learn the tragic things these folks did. And I think the reason they want to take this away because, you know, I feel like it's impossible to learn about black history as a black person and not feel that fire ignite inside of you. Like, whenever I read the tragedies and the things that happen to us, or even the good that they don't teach about, it just ignites something in me, right? Like, it made me go so hard, and it creates that revolutionary for real, and that's what they don't want. So learn your history. Don't let them erase this shit, dog.
And what keeps sticking with me is that Afro-Argentines never fully disappeared. Their descendants are still there. Their history is still there. Their contributions are still there. The thing that disappeared was the acknowledgement, right? And honestly, I think that's one of the scariest forms of erasure, because once a country forgets who helped build it, it becomes a whole lot easier to pretend that those people never mattered in the first place. A third of Buenos Aires was black. And that should be common knowledge. The fact that it isn't is part of the story.
Hey, big shout out to Ashley, man. I always watch her videos. She makes detailed history lessons on Black history, man. Show her some love.
Look at this.
Today I'm in Argentina and I'm trying the most viral burger here.
Bruh, what? Hold on. Y'all, that shit say big nigga. And this is a food spot in Argentina, bro.
A restaurant in Argentina is making headlines because its restaurant contains a racial slur. And honestly, if you know Argentina's history, this shouldn't surprise you. Because the real history isn't that a restaurant used a racist word or that it's making money off of it. The real story is that Argentina spent generations convincing the world and itself that Black and indigenous people barely existed there at all. Today, when most people picture Argentina, they picture European architecture, tango, soccer, and descendants of immigrants from Spain, Italy, and Germany. They don't...
All right, it's a little too blatant. This racism a little too blatant for my personal liking, okay? So, I don't know. Maybe I won't go there. If y'all got fucking restaurants called the big nigga, like, all right, y'all doing too much now. I ain't never encountered that direct in my face while traveling anywhere. So, it's like, if y'all doing all that, I don't know now. Looking at you sideways.
Picture Black.
I might still go. Eventually, but it's definitely not, I mean, it's never been, like, high on my priority list. But, yeah, that's wild as hell.
People. But they should, because at one point, Buenos Aires was one of the most Black cities in South America. So what happened? How did an entire population seemingly disappear? The answer is a story involving war, disease, immigration, and racial whitening.
She just went over that, brother. Okay, yeah, I don't need to hear that again. But that is crazy.
Why it's so racist. I saw somebody say that Argentina is way too poor to be as racist as it is, and I honestly agree. Mm-hmm. I don't understand how your government and politics can be so shit, and then the first thing you're worried about
Black people.
Black people.
Blacks.
You guys have a lot more to worry about. And it sucks because I'm a Barca fan, I love Messi, but I can...
Nah, I ain't gonna lie, bro. It's like a ticket.
He was poor as hell. I saw his house. I was like, oh.
Time bomb.
His house that he grew up in.
You could be a fan of these people the whole time. They don't like you. You know, y'all fans of Messi. That nigga Argentina, he might feel that way, you know what I'm saying? So
never root for Argentina when it comes to World Cup time, ever. Like, it's not going to happen. It has never happened. And part of me can't wait till he retires because he's still putting up generational games for them. He makes the hate watches so hard. And also, just like the history of racism that the country has and its eugenics practices, they're a country that encouraged Nazi German immigration, prioritized European infrastructure to get more white people to come to their country.
Yeah, this is really unfortunate, but I mean, this doesn't surprise me at all. A lot of these countries, if not all, have a really dark history of treating Black people and other races really poorly, of killing them, enslaving them. Okay, the very country that I live in has a very, very dark, horrible history of doing the same thing. So yeah, it does suck, but you know, it is what it is. It's kind of like, hey, you gotta just live your life and do you regardless. And sure, I know there are some people who won't want to go to Argentina based on this, and that is well within your right. Then don't. You know, you don't have to visit these places that have horrible history. But that would limit where you can go. Because if you look into it, they all have a really, really, really sick, twisted past. All of them. Like, I can't think of one country that's just squeaky clean and they've never done anything. Like, that's just not reality. But yeah, if you want to be like, fuck them, I ain't visiting, then hey, that's well within your right. But yeah, I'm personally not going to generalize an entire, country or entire group of people. It's sad that people get on Twitter though and spew this racism. But it is a thing, which is why I don't go on Twitter like that at all, unless I'm looking for a very specific tea, a very specific story that broke, and it's a video associated with it. I can get it the quickest and the most uncensored on Twitter. Or if I'm looking up like financial takes, then I'll go and look at some of my favorite people to follow and see what their current takes are about the market and whatnot. But other than that, there's just a lot of trash on Twitter. I don't waste my time. That's just me. But anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think though, and I'll see you on the next time. Bye.